All right, Jeffro from Two Hacks Garage, J2 and J3. We're currently at Alaska Raceway Park. Mountains are behind us. They're actually pretty cloudy today. Yesterday was beautiful. I'll throw some video and all that. But we are in Alaska. We are 3,884 miles from home. And we're going to go check out some drag races today and see what's going on. Never been here. It's kind of a bucket list item. And I think it's going to be a blast. We're going to go walk the pits. Racing doesn't start for a little bit. Nice loud car behind us. So yeah, we are at Alaska Raceway Park. Jeffrey, should we go check out some cars?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go check out some cars.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
So this is the crazy Swede race car funny car. It's pretty freaking awesome. Hemi powered, of course. This is the whole crew. They just showed me the shop, which is right by the track. It's pretty awesome.
I don't know if that's a thing, brother.
I know, right? The house covers are ready. Whenever you guys are.
Okay, no, don't put that. Hold on a second here. I need to check 5 and 7.
Oh, up here?
Well, yeah, because we have those got a little hot. Hey, Jerry.
Okay.
These guys are busy working.
We're trying
Always.
So what were we doing?
Yes.
All right, so I'm with a really cool group of guys that's got a funny car. This is the crazy Swede. And what's kind of crazy about it is, well, I got my shirt on for Cope Racing Transmissions right here out of Lowell, Indiana. This guy actually lived in that area for a while. And right behind me, he's got a funny car. We're gonna go check that out. It's right there, it's Hemi powered. He actually has a chassis shop, and I'm looking at it right over there. He built a lot of chassis stuff. His name's John, but let's go check out his funny car. John, what do you think? Is it gonna be a good race day?
Oh, it's going to be a fantastic day.
It's gonna be a fantastic race day. So I'm 4,000 miles from home. He's from Sweden, but yet where I go to do stuff and play around, that was his playground back in the day too. Small world. Raceway Park. The crazy Swede and that awesome race car team with the funny car showed me their shop. It's actually really awesome, and not my typical drag race video because I'm on vacation. But you can see you got the mountains behind me, and it's a beautiful day, a little chilly, a little racing action starting to happen, and I'm having a blast. So I'm gonna go visit my crazy Swede friend. He's a really cool guy. All his friends are awesome, and yeah, it's pretty neat. Look behind me. We got the whole Dragstrip going on. I'll catch up with you in a little bit. So they just warmed it up, and around 2 p.m. they're gonna run it. So I was gonna do a bunch of video at the track racing, but I'm kind of like hanging out with these guys a lot more. So I'm gonna walk around a little bit more, and Swede and I, when they go to run that thing after they fire it up here pretty soon, we're gonna go watch it race, because it's pretty loud, it's pretty awesome. And that is a 500 cubic inch Hemi injected, blown on alcohol. So alcohol is a fun fuel, so it's going to be absolutely fun. Wait,
It's gonna be a good day of racing.
It's going to be a good day of racing. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see behind here, clouds are kind of lifting over the mountains. Can't wait. So we're going to see you soon. Swede, right? There we go.
our beautiful path. We're hopping into the 9 and 8 territory now. That would be Alicia Mayo entering the path. In your left-hand lane, pulling off the dominant, impressive, amazing 7-9. Right. In your right-hand lane,
So what you saw there was the funny car team that Swede helped with. They had an oil down, full mechanical failure. Nothing crazy. They're going back to the pits to fix it, but the other one got to run. Track slick, but it was pretty awesome to get a funny car run. This is just a small bit of actual racing here, and there's a lot going on. I'm just having fun. You can see the mountains behind me. It's absolutely awesome. I'm going to go talk to Swede, see how it's going. Catch up with you in a few. so I just talked to Swede. It wasn't oil, it was actually fuel line was loose. And they're doing some wheelie bar adjustment, which I happen to know a little bit about with my car because I had a slight accident with that. But yeah, this thing sounds nasty. They're once over everything so they can get her back out. And tell you what, this Pontiac sounds pretty mean. Crazy Swede race callers, Palmer, Alaska. All right, so they're gonna get ready to make a run about 3:45, and it's about 30 minutes away. I'm gonna grab me a bite to eat. Catch you here soon.
There you go, folks. That's something you don't see every day. The Honda's no joke, folks. Lanes 1 and 2. Pro ET, please start staging in lanes 1 and 2. Please start staging in lanes 1 and 2.
concludes my trip to Alaska Raceway Park. Still racing going on, but it's time to go out to eat. It was an absolute blast. The crazy Swede and his team is really awesome. I thank those guys for letting me hang out. It was an awesome day. But that's just a snippet of the racing that goes on up here. I had so much fun just walking around. Absolutely beautiful scenery. I mean, you're racing into the mountain range. It's beautiful. It's a bucket list item. Awesome place. Probably my favorite drag strip I've ever been to. With that, guys, it's time for the Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one.